Aren't you sick and tired of having that little fat goblin stomach just poking out of your clothes? Whenever you walk in the mirror, you're just ashamed of what you see and you're sick and tired of it. So you tried solving this issue by watching these fitness influencers, but for some reason, their advice is not working. And they have these two things in common. For one, the advice is just downright garbage and they want you to keep watching their shitty brain rot content. Or two, they keep trying to sell you some really garbage shit product that doesn't actually help you get rid of the belly fat. Listen, I used to be in that situation before where I was skinny fat and I tried watching all these fitness influencers, but it came to no avail. But don't worry, I got out of that situation and it came down to these three simple things that I'm going to be explaining to you in this video. If you're interested in finally losing that belly fat, keep watching this video. It's going to be in your best interest. The first thing that I would like to talk about in helping you lose your belly fat is that you need to do compound exercises. If you want to get rid of that belly fat, you got to do some exercise to get rid of it. And yes, I know it sounds basic, but let me give you a little story. When I was first starting getting into the gym a couple of years ago, I was skinny fat and all I used to do was just play basketball. I lost a lot of fat considerably, but I didn't gain any muscle. And sure, I looked a little bit better, but I didn't look as good if I were doing actual compound exercises. And I want to save you from that. Yes, you can play sports. I'm not saying you can't play sports, but what I'm telling you is you need to do some kind of exercise that builds a physique that you're actually proud of. And this will contribute to you losing the belly fat. So do some compound exercises. And I've made a bunch of videos on my channel talking about how to build certain body parts. So if you're interested in whatever body part that you want to grow, go watch one of my videos. And if I haven't covered it, comment a body part that you want me to cover. You got to do compound exercises. The next point that I want to tell you is you got to eat more protein. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what these fitness influencers say that, oh, carb low, carb low. Yes, it's okay to eat carbs depending on what kind of carbs that you're eating. So bear that in mind. What I'm trying to tell you is you need to eat more protein. Protein is basically the building block for you to build muscle. If you're a numbers guy, then it's going to be 0.8 grams of protein per body weight. So let's say you're 150 pounds and you're really skinny or you're skinny fat, you want to get rid of the skinny physique. So you're going to want to eat 0.8 grams of your body weight, which is 150 pounds. So 150 times 0.8 should round about up to 106 grams, or you want to round it off, it could be like 107 grams. That's if you're really like autistically like meticulous about like counting your calories and whatever. I never count my calories. I basically just had the mindset of just eating more protein. And that's what I did. I just ate a shit ton of protein, didn't really eat any shit junk food. And later in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can shop for actually good protein that actually helps your body and not that weird probiotic shit that they sell in supermarkets. Now, a lot of advice in the fitness industry tells you to go on a cut if you have a skinny fat physique. That is not what helped me. When I went from severely and morbidly obese, like skinny fats, to like losing that fat, but still looking a little bit better, but I wasn't looking as good. I was still skinny fat. And that was me doing a cut. That didn't help at all. What helped was me bulking up first. And I did this by having a protein shake. Now, you don't need to have a protein shake, although it is helpful. You just got to eat a slight caloric surplus. This is known as lean bulking. And by lean bulking, you're prioritizing building muscle. Couple that with the compound exercise rule that I gave you. If you're doing compound exercises and you're lean bulking, you are going to build more muscle and it's going to like recompensate that belly fat into muscle and you'll slowly start to lose the love handles. That's so I started to get rid of the love handles because I didn't start off with a cut. I needed to have the building material, like the building block term that I used earlier. You need to have material to build off of before you go on a cut. It's like building a building. You can't build a skyscraper if you don't have any bricks. So think of this lean bulking and drinking the protein shake if you have access to it as a way of you giving your body that material with the compound exercises. And then later on, once you've like bulked up to like a pretty good level, looking like kind of buff, then you can go on a cut. Now, when you are at that stage where you are pretty buff and you want to go on a lean cut, you want to go on a slight caloric deficit. Basically, you want to have minus 200 calories. That's it. You want to eat and have a slight hunger when you're on this cut. Also, for the lean bulking, I never clarified earlier, but I just remembered now, you want to go on a plus 200 caloric surplus. Basically, you eat and you feel like a bit like satiated, but you eat a little bit more. Simple as that. Or if you want to count your calories, by all means, feel free to do so. But I found that the simpler the approach, the more effective it is. So it's up to you at the end of the day. Now, how do you actually shop for ingredients that isn't ultra processed and it doesn't have all of that weird bullshit? Well, you do it by basically, you do it by following this rule called the 5-ingredient rule. The 5-ingredient rule is you basically do not eat anything if you cannot name at least 5 of the ingredients. Simple as that. If you see any like weird phosphates or you see red 40 in the ingredients label at the back, chances are you don't know what the fuck that is. Don't eat it. You should buy foods where the food is the ingredient. Instead of buying the frozen cut processed potatoes in those frozen boxes or plastic bags, just buy the fucking potato and cook the potato yourself. Simple as that. Instead of buying the frozen packaged beef or whatever the fuck they sell nowadays, just buy the meat itself. Buy the chicken, buy the steak, and you cook it up yourself. That's how you have a clean diet, and that's how you shop and know that you're buying decent stuff. Now, an extra bonus tip that I want to give you is that if you have the funds, you need to go and shop by the farmers. You're actually going to the person that actually grows these animals the way that they're supposed to be grown. You're not supporting these big Fortune 500 food companies that keep the cows in like these weird cages and they pump them with probiotics, because the reason they pump them with probiotics is because the living spaces for these cows with these Fortune 500 companies is very unsanitary, and they're very susceptible to getting sick. So what happens if you eat that meat from a sick cow? You're gonna get sick yourself. So you gotta buy credible meat. So go to your butchers, go to your farmers markets. You're better off shopping there. And that's all that I have for today's video. And if you found this video very helpful, I would appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. It's a win-win for the both of us. And if you want me to cover anything fitness related and getting fit at home, drop it down in the comment section below. And if you have questions, just feel free to ask. Peace.